Hello, this is GT Driving School, Alistair Goodale here. We're coming from Sevenoaks towards Seal and we're going to head towards Kemsing. There's a little country road here that's rather interesting and I thought worth videoing. First of all, we're turning left into this little 20-mile-an-hour road. It's a one-way street at the moment, but it will turn into a two-way street shortly. So just make sure you are doing 20. Just being aware of obviously the roadworks. The triangle sign now telling us it's now a two-way road. And we're just going to take our time gently edging past our chaps who are doing the waterworks. And at the giveaway sign we're turning left. So we're checking mirrors indicating left. Checking around, all clear, and around we go. Now it's gone from 20 to 30. So we're just now going to edge up forward. Just taking your time. 28 is ideal. Got a zebra crossing ahead of us, so we're checking left and right of us. All looks good. Pushing on a little bit. We've got a bit of a hill here, so just trying to keep the speed constant by adding a bit of gas over the top. Again, just easing off a little bit, making sure you don't go over the 30. All looks pretty clear. Nothing to write home about particularly. Now we're going slightly downhill. Again, it's worth just backing off a little bit, trying to keep it under that 30 mark. If you need to, add a bit of brake. Being aware of the pedestrians could be in the middle of the road according to that sign on the right. Slow written on the road. Black and white sign ahead of us telling us about the national speed limit. So not until we get to there. Then we can check around. We add a bit of gas. Now, according to the national speed limit sign, we can go as fast as 60 if the road conditions allow. What we're trying to do is just try and keep the speed up a little bit. Trying to dodge the potholes as well. So I'm now doing 45. But just around the next bend here, it will come back down to 30. So I'm checking again, I'm starting to slow down. There's our 30. Getting it under 30 by the time we get to the signs. Now I've got a bit of a crossroads with a sort of dog leg in the middle, so a bit of a left-right, or right-left in this case. Zebra crossing in front of us. Just aware of the silver car. Moving around and continuing. Now I'm going to go a little bit further up. The reason being is that we're going to be turning left at the top of the hill here, at the Pilgrim's Way. Now it's a little country road here that we've just got to be a little bit cautious of. The road is still 30, there's no speeding. We're turning left, main and left, indicating left. Now it's difficult to see on the right hand side, so you may well need to pause and just double check. Looking good, we can move forward and round. Now you can see that the road has no markings in the middle of it, and it's likely to be inhabited by quite a number of larger cars. The people around here are fairly well off. Black cat. And also cyclists. It's this area, particularly Sevenoaks, is a really big attraction to cyclists because of the hills. Triangle sign telling us about pedestrians in the middle of the road, slow written on the road, as well as a big sign. Every time I see another car, I'm just lifting off a little bit, just slowing things down. Is he going to go in front of me? No, he's not, so we're just going to carry on through. pedestrians. Don't want to creep out into the middle. Following the road round, just gently braking, van coming through. Crest of the hill here, just keeping on the left. Could be could be cars coming out of that road on the right because there's a private school up ahead. A few lumps and bumps in this road, and just slowing it down again for the oncoming traffic. Moving on. Got a very faint white line in the middle of the road. Sort of helps to know that it's wide enough for a white line. And then we're coming down to the end of the road where we're going to be turning left. So we're going to check main and left, indicate left. Keep in the left lane, make sure we keep in the left lane. Look to your right. It's being blocked, the view's being blocked by a lorry at the moment. It looks good. We can carry on round. Now we're coming down towards Otford station, again a popular place where cars could be going in and out. And then we're going to come into the middle of the village where there's a roundabout. I hesitate to say the word roundabout, the reason being is it's sort of not a roundabout. It's got a funny little junction on it that we're going to be coming across. Now, the sign tells me that Sevenoaks is the first turning left, and that's what we're going to use. But usually on a roundabout, the golden rule of roundabouts is give way to the right. Now in this particular case, the guys on your right have to give way to you. Bit confusing, but we're going round, everything looks fine. Then we're going to take the next road on the left, so we're checking main and left, indicating left. Round we go, follow it down. Now we had various speed limit changes going from Seal to Kemsing, and similarly we're going to have various speed limit changes coming from Otford through to Sevenoaks. At the moment it's 30 miles an hour past the shops here, and then as soon as we've gone past the shops you can see that it changes to 40, so a bit of a check around, picking the speed up a little bit, being aware of the parked van on the left there, so moving out towards the white lines, and just keep on gently bringing the speed up to just under 40. Up ahead I can see a dual carriageway, and I can also see a black and white sign for the national speed limit. So I'm going to keep it to 40 until we get to those signs. When I get to those signs, again checking around, pushing on. I don't expect any of these pedestrians to jump in front of me, that's good, fine. But we have got a triangle sign tells us that the dual carriageway ends up ahead. So from dual carriageway to a single lane in a minute. Ahead we've got a little bit of traffic, and the reason is because we're coming up towards Sainsbury's, and the speed limit at the roundabout here comes down to 30, so I'm checking around and bringing that speed down, so I'm under 30 now, and we're going to be turning left, first exit at the roundabout. Now you can see that left is the left lane, and if you want to go straight on it's the right hand lane. It's important to remember that. Following it round and going to the lookout, waiting for anybody from the right. It looks good, and round we go into the retail park.